Hello everyone, how you doing today? I am your host and welcome back to the Cinderella Circle, where I, your host, will take you through a Cinderella circle. Now we have gone through several different kinds of Cinderellas and we're not done. But I got to thinking, I was sort of losing my focus. I was like, why am I sharing all of these Cinderellas besides your obsession? Why am I sharing all of these Cinderellas? I had to go back to the source, the root. Why? Why do I love Cinderella? And that brings us to this trifecta. Rodgers and Hammerstein. Yes, it brought me back. It brought me back to the true Cinderella, which is what I call Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella, because their musical is the Cinderella musical. I do not care what you say. That's right, Into the Woods, I hear you. That's not a Cinderella musical. Cinderella's in it. It's not a Cinderella musical. That's right, Disney. I hear you. And that's a musical, but that is not the Cinderella musical. Oh no. Rodgers and Hammerstein, and I will fight you on this. I won't fight you on this. Rodgers and Hammerstein wrote the book for Cinderella live for television in 1957. That's right, Rodgers and Hammerstein gave us Cinderella, the best musical version of Cinderella, hosting such incredible musical talents such as 10 Minutes Ago and Impossible. And of course, we can never forget the Stepsisters' Lament. Oh, why would a fellow want a girl like her? Guys, this stars Julie Andrews in 1957. She was 21. Oh my goodness. This is available to watch on YouTube. Link in the description down below. And I mean, obviously it's great. It's wonderful. It goes through all the beats. It's Cinderella. It's Cinderella. But Cinderella with an incredible score. So they put their Cinderella in the Regency period. So this is basically Bridgerton and Cinderella, but it's 1957. Fun fact. In the Bridgerton book series, one of them totally follows a Cinderella story, and we'll get around to that when it's made. Starring Julie Andrews, 1957, in black and white. This is an absolute gem. If you've never seen Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderella before, go have fun. Go change your life. Do I love you because you're wonderful? So, her name is Cinderella. Her stepsisters' names are Joy and Portia, and it's all very silly, kitschy, cheesy stage tricks because it's 1957 and this was made for television. So it's Regency era costuming. That means it's got that empire waistline, very Grecian style. There was a whole Renaissance. Now, Rodgers and Hammerstein has 3 different musical adaptations of Cinderella available for television. So today we're talking about the OG, all right? Julie Andrews. I actually did not see this version until this year. I had heard of this version. I knew it existed. It was out there, but I didn't know. I'm so glad I got to see it because it is a delight. First of all, Julie Andrews, so precious. Second of all, it's amazing to see what they did with a live production in 1957 with so many people. This is a very crowded stage and it's beautiful. They kept it alive, very scenic. And so what we have here is the entire show opening with the prince is throwing a ball. The prince is throwing a ball. And the whole city's getting excited because it's made a public announcement. The prince is throwing a ball to find a bride. And the prince has a name. Boy, does he have a name. Whew, let's tell you his whole name. His Royal Highness Christopher Rupert Windermere Vladimir Carl Alexander Francois Reginald Lancelot Herman Gregory James is giving a ball. So his name is Christopher Rupert Vladimir Windermere. So the show opens with the number. The prince is giving a ball. Everyone's excited. We meet Cinderella. She comes down the stairs. She's burdened with parcels because, of course, her stepfamily just sees her as a pack mule. Cinderella carry this, Cinderella carry that. And it's 1957, so it's very kitschy. They get into the house and they're like, Cinderella, close the window. Cinderella, get my pearls. Cinderella, I need my gloves. Cinderella, the window. Cinderella, my pearls. Nonstop. It's just back and forth and back and forth. The point is, no one's listening to each other. No one's paying attention to the fact that they've all given her separate tasks and they all expect them to have their tasks done first right now. They don't care. They're like, Cinderella is so dumb. She can't manage all the stuff we tell her to do. And then, of course, the stepsisters, Joy and Portia, have their own quirks. What I find interesting here is outside of the traditional, like these are stepsisters who are pretty annoying and a stepmother who wants only the best for her daughters. Get out of here, Cinderella. You're not my daughter. What we also get in this production is a real parental guidance from the prince's parents. They have an entire exchange which only exists in this version, the original version. They have this exchange in which they talk about being worried for their son. He's not happy. What are we going to do? He should just get married already. That was the solution to everything back then. You're unhappy? Get married. Alone in My Corner is another famous song. In this song, what we see is Cinderella has a rich and vibrant imagination, and that's what she uses to really escape her situation. Sure, she's in this house working, but she's also a huntress on an African safari, or a milkmaid all alone. But the real excitement is for this ball. Everyone's getting ready for this ball. Even the queen is getting ready for this ball. You see her dusting around. She dusts the king. It's cute. They're cute. So then there's the frenzy. Cinderella helps the step-siblings go off to the ball, and then she's all alone. And that's when the melancholy sets in, and she wishes, I wish, and it's always when you say that, your fairy godmother just arrives. Now in this one, she's legitimately her godmother, but she's also magic, and Cinderella doesn't seem to realize that, and the godmother keeps almost outing herself magically. But what's really cute is the godmother's no nonsense. She's like, well, you can't spend all day wishing, and sure, you've got guardians around you, but you can't expect them to do all the work. It is a profound reminder in this modern time, especially in the New Age community and 21st century wokeness, to hear such grounded messages from over 50 years ago. Oh God, from over 60 years ago. I wasn't ready! But of course, Cinderella just wishes with all of her heart, with all the wishes that were ever wished before, and she wishes so hard that her godmother's like, well, I just had to make it happen. You wished so hard. My magic was just like, ugh. Was that vulgar? Yes. So they sing the song Impossible, which is a fantastic song if you have never heard it. Impossible. And it's all about impossible things happening every day. And the beauty of fools, because they keep wishing and dreaming, and as long as they keep doing that, wonderful things will keep happening. And it does. Now we have the transformation sequence, and we don't get to see the dress. She's in this satin robe because it's still like theater style and it's live, so we can't see the dress yet. And we get to the ball, and the prince is like dead behind the eyes. The prince's soul has left his body, okay? His body's dancing with all these maidens, but he himself is out until Cinderella arrives. She has a beautiful descent down the stairs, and her gown, again, Regency era gowns really has that Grecian waistline in which it's really just under the bust and then drops. So she has this beautiful white gown. It's black and white, the show, so it's a white gown as far as we know. We'll never know. A beautiful white gown. There's like sparkly barrettes on her shoulders where it gathers, and then down the back are these gorgeous flowy, frothy, like drapes. Just drapery. It's beautiful. Beautiful! And she has a tiara. So here we go. She's made her grand entrance, and the prince is like, whoa, I've come back to myself. I must dance with her. And they steal away, and the ball is going on, and he'll dance with no one but her, because this is how Cinderella works. They have their first dance to 10 minutes ago I met you. I love that song. And we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found them, they're an angel. They spend the entire night dancing, but she has not told him her name. And he's like, seriously, what's your name? And she's like, I can't tell you. I might be dreaming. I don't know. And then, of course, she has to be back before midnight. And he kisses her. And then the clock strikes midnight and she must go. And so she's running away. Where is she going? She leaves behind a shoe. How unexpected. And then it's the next day and she's just glowing. Has an entire number with the Step family. And she's so excited that she ropes them into her song and they all sing along with her. And then they're like, what are we doing? We're singing with Cinderella? Ugh, harumph. And they leave. They leave her alone. And now the prince is like, Father, I've fallen in love. Can I borrow your gods to go harass the girl? I mean, find the girl? And they take the shoe. They look for everyone, but they can't find her. The godmother even influences. And she's like, you should check that house. But she's not at home. That's new. We haven't seen that one. No, it turns out she snuck away to the palace. And the godmother's like, you should probably arrest that girl. Yeah, and then try her shoe on while she's in jail. This doesn't read well in the 21st century, but I'm sure it was just chuckle-worthy back in the day. The godmother uses this ploy of, this servant girl snuck into the palace, so she's under arrest. But wait, didn't the prince say to try this shoe on every girl? We should try it on her, for a laugh. Oh, it's her. You're welcome. Boom. Godmother out. You know the story of Cinderella. You knew what was going to happen. He finds her. He marries her. We actually get to see the wedding scene, and wow. We thought the gown at the ball was pretty. The train on this wedding dress is like just 20 bolts of fabric. It's a lot of fun. And at the final scene before the wedding, we get to see the Step family now waiting on her. Instead of, Cinderella, I need this. You hear, Cinderella, what do you need? So this version, the stepsisters don't get punished. They don't get harmed. Nothing happens to them except they've got to eat crow. You just got to swallow some pride. We don't need the Step family to be punished. I actually think it's great that Cinderella's allowed to have her happiness without some type of retribution being necessary. Tell me, have you ever seen this version? What's your favorite song? Which is your favorite version of the Rodgers and Hammerstein Cinderellas? This one I only saw last year, so I can't say this is my favorite one, but it holds so much significance because it's the OG. Join us next time on the Cinderella Circle when we discuss another Rodgers and Hammerstein version with the exact same song numbers and yet somehow different. Stay tuned.